Indiana Fever preseason has officially come, and it has officially gone.
The Indiana Fever did finish the WNBA preseason undefeated.
The Fever finished the WNBA preseason unbeaten, fueled by Caitlin Clark draining shots from well beyond standard range, and Lexie Hull stepping up as the team's clutch fourth-quarter performer. As one insider put it, "I think Caitlin Clark has stretched her range even more. She's sinking deep threes like they're second nature."
The Indiana Fever close out the preseason 3-0, victory against the Mystics, victory against the Brazilian national team, and another victory this afternoon against the Atlanta Dream.
The Fever closed out their preseason with a perfect 3-0 sweep, but their final win didn't come without some drama. A key player's injury scare and some unexpected comments from the Atlanta Dream added tension to the night. Here's the full story of Indiana's flawless preseason finale in Atlanta, packed with standout performances and a few surprises. If you're fired up for the regular season, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
When I watch the Fever, even when they're not at their best, one thing I can't help but think is that they're just going to run teams off the floor and destroy them with their firepower. They just have so many players that can beat you and can score. And, Duana Bonner didn't even start this game. Sophie Cunningham started in her place.
Less than 24 hours before tip-off against the Atlanta Dream, Caitlin Clark was nearly ruled out of the Fever's final preseason game. The news caught fans off guard, sending them scrambling to social media for updates. During the team's last practice, Clark collided with a teammate and hit the same leg she had previously strained, sparking fresh concerns about her availability.
They're just doing a drill, and if you're looking what happens here. Caitlin Clark pulls up. Caitlin Clark pulls up immediately. And a lot of people are saying that it's not the end of the world.
Picture the scene. The Fever's perfect preseason record hanging in the balance, and their star rookie sidelined with an ice pack after 2 straight wins. The medical staff worked urgently to evaluate her condition, while fans anxiously scrolled through social media, rumors swirling. Doubts began to surface. Was this a sign of things to come? As the clock ticked, the questions only grew louder. Would Clark miss her final preseason appearance? And more importantly, would she be ready for the regular season opener?
Coach just mentioned you've been limited in practice this week. Just how are you kind of working back from that leg injury?
Yeah, I think taking my time. I feel really good, honestly, and excited to get out there and play again tomorrow, work on things that we need to work on. And yeah, Maria's been great. Our medical staff has been really helpful. But I feel really good, honestly.
Then came the news that sent a wave of relief through the Fever's anxious fan base. Clark was cleared to play, but she wasn't just suiting up, she was starting. Just like that, the injury scare faded from the spotlight, reduced to a mere footnote in the night's story.
There's no reason to overdo anything right now. It's been the beginning of the season. Still don't play here for another week, the last 2 days have been really, really good for myself.
You know what started? What caused it to get her?
I don't. Probably just a little too much basketball. I think, I love being in the gym, but I think understanding when to be in the gym and, when to recover and things like that. So I think just finding a balance and obviously just getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, it was nothing major or anything like that.
From the opening minutes, it was clear Clark wasn't holding back. She launched deep shots with such confidence. It left defenders looking powerless. WNBA analyst Robin Lundberg took to X with an even bolder take. I think Caitlin Clark may have expanded her range. She's treating the deep ones like they don't even exist.
Guards it. So second attempt, same spot, same result for Maya Caldwell. That's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her first triple of the...
One particular three-pointer from near the logo instantly brought fans back to her iconic shot in Iowa just a week earlier. Atlanta's defenders could only watch as the ball sailed through the air and dropped cleanly through the net. This wasn't a rookie testing the waters of the pro game. This was Caitlin Clark making a statement. Shaking off the pre-game injury scare, she delivered a strong performance in just 23 minutes, finishing with 13 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds.
Natasha Howard gets the bucket. Step back triple. Kelsey Mitchell to the rim. Well, that's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her triple.
When the final buzzer sounded on the Fever's 81-76 win over Atlanta, they completed a perfect 3-0 sweep of the preseason. What started with concern ended with renewed excitement about the team's potential when the games begin to count. But as the fourth quarter heated up and the game stayed close, it wasn't Caitlin Clark who took center stage. It was Lexie Hull. Quietly improving throughout the preseason, Hull embraced her new role off the bench. It's worth remembering, she played a key role down the stretch last season, becoming a reliable force on both ends of the court and even emerging as the team's most consistent three-point threat.
And now BG says she's rediscovered her love for the game, saying Atlanta reminds me of home. I'm back in the South, and this was the best decision of my life.
She is completely fine, just needing rest, so we will not see her for the rest of this ball game.
Yeah, we can't give out all our weapons.
Turnover as Matt Caldwell got a little too deep in.
But in this game, Hull looked different. There was a newfound confidence in her stride and a sharpness in her play that turned heads. This wasn't the same player fans had come to know. This was someone ready to take control. With the arrival of new all-star free agents, Hull has embraced her role coming off the bench, and she's doing it with purpose.
I think more than anything, just being able to practice with our team. We're getting a lot of good reps in practice, and I think confidence comes from that. Confidence comes from getting the reps, the game-like reps, over and over again in practice. And our team's super competitive. So every single day that we've had of training camp so far has felt pretty much game-like. Like we're all taking it very serious, and it starts in practice.
The Fever faced their first preseason loss as the Atlanta Dream kept up relentless pressure, threatening on every possession. The atmosphere in the arena grew increasingly tense. Realizing that Indiana's perfect record was slipping away, Hull decided to take control. Whenever the Fever needed a bucket, Hull delivered. She knocked down mid-range jumpers with defenders all over her, as if they weren't even there, carving out paths through what seemed like impenetrable defense. In one stunning play, she split 2 Dream defenders and finished with a smooth layup at the rim.
It's like, nah, shoot that thing when you open.
Lexie Hull getting downhill, finds the bucket and one, as this will be the largest lead for Indiana.
White praised Hull for her increased creativity and the growing trust her teammates have in her decision-making. She's done an excellent job positioning herself for these moments, and the coach is clearly pleased with her development. Hull credited her fourth quarter performance to the challenging practice environment. Repeatedly working through game-like scenarios in practice has helped build her confidence. She also reflected on how her one-on-one play and defensive skills have grown thanks in part to her experience winning a championship in one of the top 3-on-3 leagues.
Lexie's playing with such a high level of confidence. You saw that the second half of last season, her starting to grow into that. I think you saw it a lot in Unrivaled as well. It unlocked, I think, a little bit of creativity. I think sometimes when you're a young player in this league, when you accept your role, as Lexie does, you can't allow it to put you in a box, right? Like your role can change throughout the course of a season. Your role can change throughout the course of career.